Dave, and all the members from our Michigan Marine Corps League, as well as the Flip Dogs, for hosting this year's event and for having me here today. Hoorah!
Hoorah!
Before we talk a lot about me, I'd like to take a moment to recognize all of you here today. I ask that you please stand and remain standing if you served during any of the times I'm going to mention. If you served in World War II, could you please stand?
We better kneel down,
If you served in the Korean War, could you please stand? If you served in the Cuba War, could you please stand? If you served in the Dominican Republic, could you please stand?
Wow. No one's here.
No one? If you served in Lebanon, can you please stand? If you served in Grenada, could you please stand? No? If you served in Panama, could you please stand?
No. She's got to cover them all.
If you served in the Gulf War, Kuwait and Iraq, could you please stand? If you served in Haiti, could you please stand? If you served in Bosnia, could you please stand? Okay. If you served in Kosovo, could you please stand? If you served in the Iraq War, could you please stand? And anyone who has served from 2010 to the present.
Hold on.
I thank you all for your service and sacrifice to our great nation and for protecting my freedoms. Each and every one of you are very important to me. No matter when you served, whether you ever saw combat or not, I would not be standing here freely if it wasn't for all of you. Now, it may appear that I forgot a group of veterans. Anyone here that served in the Vietnam War, could you please stand? I want to tell a story of your generation that came home and how. Even though some Americans turned their back on you, you never turned your back on America. When you came home, you never stopped serving. To those of you who took off the uniform, you became the people we count on every day. Business owners, teachers, police officers, nurses, even public servants working for our government, you never stopped serving. To those of you who stayed in uniform, you became leaders. You learned from your experience in Vietnam, and we built our military to be the finest force the world has ever known. Many of you may have went back and served in the wars in Iraq or Afghanistan. You never stopped serving. You looked after one another, you cared for one another. There was no discussion of PTSD at the time. You understood it. You lived it and you were there for each other. You also made it your mission to make sure that today's troops get the respect and support that all too often you do not receive. You never stopped serving. Because of you, hundreds of thousands of our veterans are able to go to college and pursue their dreams with the GI Bill. Because of you, At airports across the country, there are people to greet our troops and to give them the welcome home they so much deserve and thank them for their service. You never stopped serving. You did your job, you served with honor, you made us proud. You came home and helped build the America I love so much. You are all true heroes and will always be, along with our fallen Vietnam heroes. You will always be remembered. So today, it is my honor to tell you all I appreciate you, to tell you thank you, and most importantly, to tell you welcome home. Thank you all. Now here's a little bit or a lot about me. I'm a child advocate for all of you, our veterans and active military. When my big brother Kyler joined the Marine Corps almost 3 years ago, I didn't know what to do or think. I was only 6.5 years old. This was going to be such a huge change in our family. So we needed to come up with a plan so that when he went to boot camp, I was basically going to. Before he left, Kyler and I started a project called Scouts for Soldiers. It is where we hand out these small toy soldiers to people to remind them that we all need to remember those fighting for our freedom. In the past 2.5 years, I've handed out over 100,000 toy soldiers to people from all over the world. I get lots of pictures and emails, and on my Facebook page of my toy soldiers traveling all over the world with people that I give them to. My hope is that they would keep them in a reminder that our freedom isn't free, and we need to remember those here in the U.S. and around the world fighting for that freedom. When my brother left for boot camp, I also started another project called Miss Sawyers Kids the Cause, which since then has turned into a 501c3 nonprofit organization, specializing in service for veterans, active duty military, and their families. My Kids with a Cause organization sends over 15,000 care packages around the world to all branches of those serving in our active military. I send all kinds of goodies and care packages several times a year. Hearts for my heroes for Valentine's Day, Girl Scout cookies in the spring, Star-Spangled Smiles for Independence Day, and Sawyer's stockings for Christmas. Both of my projects have always had one simple mission, and that is to make a difference one smile at a time. We currently have 1.3 million active duty and 800,000 in our reserves. Of these, 450,000 that are overseas, including my brother. Last year, I met an amazing group of veterans who were walking 92 miles to raise awareness for the 22 veterans a day that commit suicide. I decided to walk with them and help them with their cause. I walked 12 miles that day to try and make a difference. This year I walked a 22K with that same group and then completed a 22-day push-up challenge, doing 22 push-ups every day, and nominating someone that was a veteran or current active duty to also do 22 push-ups, then nominate someone else and send me a video. I got videos from all over the country. On my 22nd day of the push-up challenge, I was met by Michigan's House of Representatives and Army helicopter pilot, Tom Barrett, who joined me in doing my final 22 push-ups on the steps of the Michigan Capitol. This cause is so important to me, and veteran suicide is a real problem in our country. And 22 a day taking their lives is 22 too many. It is also hard to believe that we have over 40,000 homeless veterans with no place to turn to in our country. All of our veterans should have the basic things they need, such as a warm place to live comfortably, have meals, health care, and any mental treatments they need to help battle any demons they may be facing after serving. All of you brave men and women fought for my freedom, and you deserve to live happy and healthy after serving our country. In December, I traveled back to Washington, D.C. and delivered 1,000 filled Christmas stockings to those serving and to veterans who would not be coming home to their families for Christmas this year. I also shipped 5,000 stockings to the troops around the world. I also now twice has been invited to meet with Congress and tell them about my projects and what am I doing to raise awareness for our veterans and active military. I've also been to the White House a few times, met with the Department of Veterans Affairs, Department of Defense, and the Department of Homeland Security. While in D.C., I was invited to lay my third wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. During the week of Christmas, I had just laid my second wreath on my 9th birthday at the end of March. Laying my wreath at the tomb is a very special experience for me. I'm a proud American, and the tomb symbolizes those who gave their lives for my freedom. Inside that tomb is someone's son, brother, father, uncle, or husband, and we still at this time do not know who they are. I cannot imagine how families of missing soldiers feel. They deserve the highest respect and honor that we can all give them. While I was at Arlington National Cemetery, for my birthday, I laid 1,200 yellow roses on the headstones of our fallen heroes in the biggest blizzard D.C. has seen in over 20 years. It was important to me that I do what I do when I went there to do. The yellow rose means freedom, remember me, and I care. I want every fallen hero and their families to know that because of their sacrifice, I'm thankful for my freedom and that I will always remember them and that I do really care. I have had the opportunity to go and meet 600 of our wounded warriors at Unit 62 in Walter Reed Medical Center on a few occasions. Now also, I just took them Christmas stockings in December. We had a special party together and had a great time. The trip prior, I handed out smiley face cookies along with my painted hero rocks. These painted hero rocks. To all of them as I thanked them for their service as a reminder to them that I care. And I'm grateful for their sacrifice to our country. I hope that one simple smile can bring them hope and strength to get better and move forward with their lives in a positive way. Today, I also handed out some of my painted hero rocks to our veterans here. If I did not give you one, please let me know when I am done, and I'll make sure to give you one. I have hand-painted and handed out over 5,000 of my hero rocks since my birthday in March to anyone serving our country that I encounter, from law enforcement to first responders to the Blue Angels, even to Rob O'Neill, the Navy SEAL who shot Osama bin Laden, and even Vice President Mike Pence to give to his son serving in our United States Marine Corps. I travel from event to event, meeting with veterans and anyone who has served our country in one way or another, fighting for my freedom and protecting my safety. I go to military bases and meet with active military companies who are being deployed and hand out my rocks and wish them a safe return home. They take those hero rocks with them when they go overseas as a reminder that someone thinks they are a true hero and that someone out there wants to make sure they always remember that and come home safe. In 2018, I volunteered 1,322 hours for our veterans, active military, and by honoring our fallen heroes. I'm the youngest person in the history of this country to have earned an individual Gold President's Volunteer Service Award. I earned my first two in 2016 at age 7 from President Obama, and in 2016 I earned 2 more from President Trump, and I just received 4 more from him the other day for my commitment to volunteer for our veterans in 2018. I am expected to earn my Lifetime Volunteer Award and bypass 4,000 hours logged by the time I turn 11 years old. For almost 3 years now, I have dedicated my life to spending as much time as I can with veterans or going to events or military bases, VA hospitals to see our active duty military, or visiting cemeteries near and far to pay respect to our fallen heroes. I really don't think I've done anything all that special. It's not hard to say thank you or to listen to stories that people want to share about their life experiences. All it takes is a little bit of time to share a smile or a hug, or a handshake or even a painted hero rock to let people know that you care. It's very important to me to let our veterans and active military know that I care. We all must remember, understand, and never forget that our freedom isn't free. It's really that simple. Being a patriot is not being political. I am not a Republican or a Democrat. There is no left or right to me. I am just 9 years old. I'm an American. I am pro-military, and until my brother comes back home safely, I will continue to bleed red, white, and blue. Today and every day, I plan on continuing to make a difference one smile at a time. May God bless all of you, our veterans. May God bless our active duty military. May God bless the families of our fallen heroes. And most importantly, may God bless America. Thank you. Semper Fi.
Hoorah.